Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Moving Right Along, a Muppet movie podcast brought to you by toughpigs.com. It's the podcast where we watch Muppet Treasure Island 2 minutes at a time and talk about it a lot. I'm your host, Anthony Strand.
And I'm your other host, Ryan Rowe.
And today we are joined not only by one of our favorite guests, one of our best buddies, but he has promised to enter with a bang. Guest, who are you?
Kissy kissy, and welcome to the Fantastic Miss Piggy podcast. I'm Danny Horn, and this podcast chronicles my journey to learn everything there is to know about that divine swine, the incomparable Miss Piggy. This week, a special crossover episode with Moving Right Along, a Muppet movie podcast. And I am joined by the absolutely stellar Anthony Strand and the ravishing Ryan Rowe. Kissy kissy, Anthony. Kissy kissy, Ryan.
And a kissy kissy to you, Danny.
Hey.
Danny forgot what program we're on, so we're going to do the bit and play along because we're talking here on Moving Right Along about the Fantastic Miss Piggy song. I called it a song so it would rhyme. I didn't write this ahead of time.
Wow, are you trying to outbit Danny?
Yes.
He's outbidding my bit.
The Muppets are all about upstaging.
Yeah. I figure we could share this. That this could be like my episode 12 and it'll be your episode 540 or whatever.
Okay, sure, yeah, awesome.
That works.
I'll take the early stuff, and then you can have the boring pirate stuff at the end.
Okay.
You can keep it all. Look, Danny, if you want to host this one, I could just sit it out. Like, I'm fine.
All right, well, let's see how it goes. Well, I figure you must be exhausted because I know that you just did an episode that was entirely like native chanting. That must have been your last episode.
I think it was 70 seconds of pigs chanting "Boom Shakalaka" was the clip. Yeah.
I assume all of that Ooga Chaka stuff like went over really well.
Well, here's the thing. Our guest for that episode was Craig Shemin, so it was the delay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. All right.
Yeah, like listeners know that we found our way around it by talking to a delightful man who worked at Henson at the time.
Yes.
You know? So really, what are we doing? Like, do you actually have an outline? Or am I just hosting the show? Okay.
You're hosting the show. I appreciate the thought, though.
Good. We are talking about minutes 67 and 68, in which, as Danny alluded to, we finally meet Miss Piggy.
67 minutes in.
That is like, I think it's 53 for Christmas Carol.
This has to be the record. Yeah, then, yeah.
Yeah, oh, it's the longest by far.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, this movie's a lot longer than Christmas Carol. Like, it's something like 11 minutes longer than the extended version of Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
And it feels even longer after the 70 seconds of pigs chanting Shakalaka.
It does. It's the whole movie. That's kind of the chanting kind of sums up the whole movie in my opinion.
But look, now we have Miss Piggy for the rest of the movie, so that's something.
There's a lot of noise in the picture. Yes, and we start out here with a few more seconds of pageantry. We get the last few Boom Shakalaka. I think just the last one, actually, right? There's like some score building up, and then a curtain of flowers opens.
Which I don't know if I had ever noticed before. That's the elephant. The elephant has this tent on her back, and she carries it to the top of this sort of temple staircase. And that's where, for some reason, I never put that together on previous viewings.
Sure. Yeah, I didn't until you just said it.
Yeah.
But that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, the curtain opens, and we've talked a lot on this podcast about Miss Piggy getting these big introductions, increasingly large introductions in TV specials, right? Muppets Go Hollywood, Muppets Go to the Movies, Fantastic Miss Piggy Show, Muppet Family Christmas, where she's like riding a sled.
And it's the 30 years where like they really start making a point of it. The celebration of 30 years where they're like, oh, she has to make an entrance.
Right, yeah.
And then Muppet Family Christmas, they say that again.
Yeah.
And so, so here they are like making a big deal about her basically because they've been ignoring her for all this time, for 67 minutes. I appreciate that they're making the effort.
Oh, sure, of course. Yeah. No, I think it's good. I think it's one of the better things about this movie is this moment of her entrance.
Yeah.
And then it immediately being deflated, which I think is very nice.
Oh, that's perfect for Piggy, yeah.
Yes.
So what happens is she's wearing a giant feather headdress, just this giant headpiece made of feathers, and
which is so big that it's basically scenery.
Yeah.
Like she is partly set at this point.
You can't see her facial expressions and the costume at the same time, basically. But she
I think you're actually like they haven't given her a big enough part, and so that's why they gave her a big costume. It's kind of like when a cat arches its back to try and look bigger. I think that was what they were going for with Piggy.
Yeah, she has to take up a lot of space in the movie because she doesn't take up a lot of time.
They actually did the same thing with Orson Welles in The Third Man. He's also wearing a feather headpiece.
Is he really?
No, he's wearing a fedora. But Miss Piggy says, bonsoir, mes amis, which is good evening, my friends, in French. I didn't know exactly what it meant. I looked it up. It's good evening, my friends.
I was pretty sure bonsoir was good evening, but yeah, I wasn't sure about the other part.
And then she turns to her pet anteater, says, come, Flaubert, and then immediately trips on her pet anteater and tumbles down the stairs.
So issue number 1, though, the pet anteater.
You don't like him. You're not into it.
Why? I believe, am I correct in saying that this is the one and only time that they mention that she has a pet anteater named Flaubert?
I think so. That's what I was going to say. This is such an interesting idea. Like, she's on an island. Are there anteaters on Caribbean islands? But it's, possibly. I don't know, like it's more interesting than if it were just Fufu, a little dog. Yeah, no, I like Flaubert. I'm not sure why he or she is presumably named after a French novelist, but I think it's a funny,
it's just
silly
French
idea.
Because Miss Piggy loves France.
A fancy French sounding name. No, I think it's a silly idea that fits in with the rest of the movie.
It's such an odd idea, just that they do, like, that they make it a thing that they draw your attention to. And then as far as I know, never mention it again or pay any attention to it.
It should be her sidekick for the rest of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Something.
It should be like her Abu and Raja or something. Like, right? It's like, yeah. But anyways, Flaubert does serve his or her purpose here because Miss Piggy tumbles down the stairs.
Yes.
And there's like some nice bits here of the other pigs all like turning their heads to watch her fall.
Yeah.
I think it's very well staged. I really do. And then when she gets to the bottom, Flaubert starts licking her and she tells him to get away and calls him a stupid anteater and says, you ruined my entrance. And then the pigs are still chanting her name, boom, shakalaka, just like they did for 71 seconds in the previous book. And then she says, knock it off. So she's speaking for the audience. She has become the audience surrogate.
And that's a great classic Piggy entrance. It's got like a lot of the elements that you would want to see. And really, actually, this whole like almost minute and a half has like a whole bunch of like classic Miss Piggy stuff.
Yeah,
into it.
I actually put in my notes. Let's see, where did I put it? Piggy just immediately busting out the hits is what I put.
It's just so nice to have her in this movie finally.
Yeah,
and unlike Fozzie, say she's acting like herself.
Yes,
This is Piggy being Piggy, even though she is actually Benjamina Gunn in this movie.
And you know who else is happy to see her?
Who's that?
Kermit the Frog.
Well, he's very surprised to see her.
The next thing we see is Kermit with his mouth agape.
Yeah, I do like that they kind of build on this. Like, there's a few cuts back and forth between Piggy and Kermit recognizing her and reacting to her.
Danny, you had something to say? Sorry that we stepped over.
Just that before we get into that, like, there's just a big problem with Piggy in this movie that needs to get addressed, which is her eyes are not correct.
Oh,
is that right?
If you recall, in the previous Brian Henson Vanity Project Muppet Christmas Carol, there was a problem with Mrs. Cratchit's contractions. And this, I believe, is of equal importance as a concern. Her eyes, they're like slanted downward a little bit at the edges. They should be straight across, so she doesn't look right. Like I did an episode of the Piggy podcast with Peter Savieri and Jamie Carroll, as you guys obviously remember.
That if anyone has not listened to that, you absolutely have to go listen to that.
It's so good.
You should go watch it on YouTube because our friend Shane made a version
he did a visual version
where you see all of the examples of what you guys are talking about in the conversation, and it's great. It's a delight.
It's gorgeous. Yeah. And so we basically like analyzed what makes a good Miss Piggy puppet and a bad Miss Piggy puppet. And I don't think it made the episode because I had to cut down a lot. But when we were talking about Treasure Island, all three of us were like, I want to reach into the screen and just grab her eyes and just like turn them just a little bit and she'd look great.
Huh.
And my theory is that everybody notices this on an unconscious level. And it makes them believe a little bit less in Miss Piggy. That is my theory.
It's surprising, though, that would happen in this era when there were still so many longtime Muppet Workshop people still there, still working on Piggy. So I wonder how something like that happens. I mean, this is maybe a new build of Piggy for this movie, probably.
I mean, this is a problem with the Piggy puppet, is that like there really are a lot of factors to making her look right, and it is really easy, I think, to slip, and really starting around like 1990, they started to slip as far as like the hair goes, the placement of the snout. Like, there's a lot of stuff that changes. And so this one, it's just like one of many problems as they come up over the 90s and into the 2000s, where they just don't get it quite entirely right. It's very frustrating.
Wow.
Sure. Well, I'm looking at her now. I'm looking at the clip, and you're right that it is just that the eyes are turned, but it
just angles downwards a little bit.
It gives them the appearance of being more closed than usual, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, you know how Robert McKimson, the Looney Tunes director, draws everyone with their eyelids half closed and Bugs Bunny looks tired all the time in Robert McKimson cartoons?
Yeah.
That's kind of how Miss Piggy looks in this, now that you mention it. Like, it had never occurred to me.
And now I'm ruining Miss Piggy for you.
No,
listening.
Danny, you can't ruin Muppet Treasure Island for me.
That's true.
Anthony.
True.
You know who ruined...
That ship has sailed.
The Hispaniola.
Very, very far, yeah.
You know who ruined Muppet Treasure Island for me? Brian Henson, Kirk Thatcher, James V. Hart, and sadly, Jerry Jewell. I have to put his name on the wanted poster, even though it breaks my heart.
Well, you know, with the eyes, actually, it's this is the period, is it not, in the 90s when there was the flathead Kermit?
Yes,
where just the poser puppet Kermit just looked deeply wrong, in a way that was obvious to every single person, except, I guess, the people who were in charge of posing him and taking pictures of him.
That's so weird. Yeah. And was it a different it was a different
it was just a different build
coming in, and they built a new Kermit. And this is another thing. You wrote about this on Tough Pigs a long time ago.
Oh yeah, I've been pissed about it since like 1990.
Which do you want to describe what the flat-headed Kermit looks like?
It's just his eyes aren't on in the right way. They're not in the right place.
I think the way you described it in the article is that it's good when Kermit's head looks like there's a hand in it, which is how it should look, because that's how we see him when he's moving, when he's in a TV show or a movie. But some of these things that they use for photo shoots, it's so obvious that there's not somebody's hand in Kermit, because it's just flat. And
the top of his head just looks too flat, and then the eyes are like not quite focused the way that they should be.
Right.
And then, despite the fact that they have plenty of pictures of Kermit the Frog when he looked good, they just insisted on, like, the Muppet Show 25 years little logo that they had. It's like flathead Kermit all the time for like, I don't know, a decade. So they something happening at Henson. Gee, I wonder what something's different at Henson in the 1990s.
Well, I mean, we know what's different at Henson in the 1990s.
Exactly. And so, there were things like that they just were not paying attention to, which I think to Muppet fans is always a little bit hard to believe, because it's like, but it's the eye placement.
Right.
I mean, they're still doing that with Fozzie a bit.
Yeah, Fozzie doesn't look great.
People comment on Fozzie a lot, in more recent years. Yeah.
I see the Miss Piggy Pig Power poster behind you from the 70s, right? It's like 79.
That's pretty early on.
Yeah, it's 78. Yeah, it's second season Piggy.
Yeah, and that looks great. Yeah. Love that. I wish Piggy looked like that in this movie, wearing a karate
gi and with her hair flowing. She does have nice hair, though. I'll give her I don't like the hair from the perm from the Muppets Take Manhattan in the late 80s, but this is good hair for her. Yeah.
This the poser puppet, I think it looks like a poser. It doesn't look like a real puppet. But of Piggy with this hairstyle and the headdress and everything was on display at the Center for Puppetry Arts in Atlanta when I was there.
Yeah.
Probably still
Yeah,
is.
I knew I had seen it somewhere.
And it looks even better in real life. Like, it's just so impressive. But what does she do? So like Ryan alluded to, Kermit is kind of astounded to see her.
Yes.
And Piggy says, "Greetings, moi am Benjamina Gunn," which is I feel one of the very awkward uses of moi. Moi am Benjamina Gunn. Like,
it works for me.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah, you like it?
Oh, I love this whole line.
Yeah, moi am Benjamina Gunn. Maroony, which is funny. Temptress and queen of this island.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic line.
Temptress.
Yeah. Moi am inches a little too close to Cookie Monster for me. I don't know.
I can see your issue.
Would you
with
prefer
it
if she said moi is? That sounds awkward. More awkward to me.
I would have preferred
Moi
if she
is
said,
Benjamin Gunn.
"My name is Benjamina Gunn," because she can say that and used to talk like that. I don't know.
That's true.
Well, this is her being formal.
Like, imagine, right? I suppose so. But like, imagine Miss Piggy on the Muppet Show, just like swanning in backstage and being like, "Moi heard that the guest star is doing the big number, but Moi wants to do the big number." Like, she didn't talk like that.
Yeah, that
on
is
the
true.
Muppet Show.
Sometimes.
You know? Yeah, I mean, sometimes.
I should say
but
moi,
not,
but yeah.
Yeah.
not like in every conversation all the time.
No.
But anyways, then she stops after she says, "So, Danny, sorry, what do you like about this line? You were going to say you love it."
Oh, I just love it. It's just I love the word maroony.
That's good. I like that too.
and how almost proud she is of that word.
Yeah, she's been saying it for a while.
Yeah.
Feels like.
Huh.
But then after Queen of this Island, she stops because she sees who the frog is. And they walk towards each other. Hans Zimmer is playing romantic music behind them. And she says, "Smolly, can it be you?" And he says, "Benjamina," softly. It's very romantic. And then she karate chops him across the whole gathered crowd.
Yeah. It's obvious, but it's what the people want to see.
Right. And
he
this
hits
was
the gong.
right. So he flies across, and what I really like, what I think is a very good choice by Brian Henson, is that we don't see him fly. We see the rat tourists' heads all turn as they watch him fly.
To me, that is the funniest part of this.
Yeah.
This gag is that they watch him fly, and then when he hits the gong and falls down, they all applaud and cheer.
They all cheer. It's really funny.
The rats love this.
And they're standing in for us. They are the audience. Like, we are completely 100% now like clued into the rats. Like, that's who we're tied into.
Yeah.
Right. That's our main guys.
Yeah. And he's so cute. And all of a sudden he's Kermit.
Right.
Like, he's not.
Yeah, this is not I Knew Your Father, Jim. He was
Smollett.
a good man.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was all business up until like a minute ago.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'll just say, in the June 1st, 1994 draft of the screenplay, there is no karate chop. They see each other, and Benjamina just says something to the other pigs, like
tying back on the stakes.
Yeah, keep this one separate from the other two and have him sent to my quarters, something like that.
Yeah.
So they don't have the same kind of interaction, and I think it is much better the way it is in the movie.
Well, and this is one of the scenes that Frank Oz was on set for, correct? Like, he did most of the Piggy stuff, right?
I think so.
So this is, I mean, I'm not saying like they came up with it on the day. I don't know that. I have no reason to believe that. But I do think that Frank probably had a lot more input to like what Piggy is doing in this movie.
I'm sure
than,
anytime
like,
he's on set, yeah.
Whereas he's like, "Mr. Bimbo, sure.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm going home."
Right.
Yeah. You know?
Well, it's part of like just what makes this like little almost minute and a half of like pure, like, we haven't had Miss Piggy at all for 67 minutes, and now you get moi, and you get knock it off, and you get the karate chop, and you get like kind of all of the, like you said, it's like playing all the hits.
Yeah.
I mean, the big, splashy entrance, right?
Yeah.
The glamour followed by the glamour being undercut by.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just like Celebration of 30 Years, right? Doesn't she fall down the stairs in that?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing that I really like about her and about what they're doing in the movie with her is like, when Ben Gunn is discovered in the book, he's like alone and ragged and hungry and kind of servile. And it just now completely departs from like any connection to the book at all, and will continue not to really, as far as I know, make any real connection to like what Ben Gunn does in the book from now on. And something that I like is that with the previous Brian Henson Vanity Project, that they said like, well, let's make Miss Piggy into Mrs. Cratchit, and then she acts like she's Mrs. Cratchit for the whole movie. And in this one, they didn't say like, let's make Miss Piggy into Ben Gunn. Let's have her be like ragged and hungry and sad. They said, let's make Ben Gunn into Miss Piggy.
Yeah.
And then they built the part around her, and that like changes the whole shape of the story. And so they were just like, screw it. Okay, so we just changed the story. And so then there's like this romantic situation, and they're actually like finding the gold in Piggy's house and all of that stuff. Like none of that.
And this whole culture of pigs. Like there's
exactly.
no native population in the book. So by having Miss Piggy be the queen of the boars, that adds this whole element to it.
Yeah, it's a huge departure.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes Kermit like now Kermit is more Kermit as well, and he is much more fun for the whole rest of the movie than he was in the first 2/3.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Since you brought up the Ben Gunn of the book, though, I'm going to go ahead and open the strange case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, because I have some other notes about Ben Gunn. Like Danny mentioned, he is not the queen of the native culture in the book. Benjamin Gunn is an insane man who was marooned on the island by himself.
Marooney.
He is a Maroonie. That's true. He's not a temptress. He's not the queen of this island.
Yes.
Ben Gunn. So he's introducing himself. Ben Gunn, he answered, and his voice sounded hoarse and awkward like a rusty lock. I'm poor Ben Gunn, I am, and I haven't spoke with a Christian these 3 years. That's what he tells Jim. Marooned 3 years agone, he continued, and lived on goats since then, and berries, and oysters. Wherever a man is, says I, a man can do for himself. But mate, my heart is sore for Christian diet. That's what he says. Christian diet. I didn't know that. I mean, whatever it is, it's not goats, berries, and oysters. Goats. Which last time I checked, there's no mention in the gospel of not eating goats, berries, and oysters. But okay.
Is it like what you would get at a church potluck dinner?
Yes, it's a little styrofoam cup of ice cream with a vanilla wafer. That's a Christian diet. Yeah,
he would love that.
Yep. But anyways, mate, my heart is sore for Christian diet. You mightn't happen to have a piece of cheese about you now. No? Well, many's the long night I've dreamed of cheese, toasted mostly, and woke up again, and here I were. So that's just a little bit of Ben Gunn's introduction.
Yeah.
Pretty relatable.
He is. It is.
He dreams of cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's my question for you fellas then. If they had decided not to use Miss Piggy as Benjamin Gunn and had decided to have like a more book accurate Ben Gunn, what Muppet should it have been?
I feel like it would have been like Steve Martin. It would have been like
that was my first thought.
Sure,
the Hollywood cameo.
Yeah.
It would be like the one Hollywood cameo in Muppet Treasure Island.
Well, right. I mean, we got Billy Connolly and Jennifer Saunders at the start.
That's true.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, because I was thinking like it would be funny if it was Crazy Harry. You know, like Sam the Eagle gets a nice featured part here and stuff. Just like gets to the island, and here's Crazy Harry being like, "Do you have any electricity?"
That would be funny,
or whatever.
Yeah, maybe Pops, but Pops doesn't. I don't know if he's. It's hard to think of Pops acting crazy like this.
It should be George the janitor and his mop living very happily as a couple on the island.
Okay.
Maybe you haven't seen Muppet Valentine show as many times as I have, where George the janitor professes love to his mop.
Yeah, no, he loves his mop.
Yeah,
loves his mop.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah, it's so cute.
But he is having a hard time because it's been a long time since he's mopped a Christian floor.
Yes.
Right.
So that would be an issue.
Right. It's funny you mentioned Steve Martin because Martin Short plays his longtime friend and frequent comedy partner.
Yes.
Plays Ben, the android Ben in Treasure Planet. the Ben Gunn character, which is like an android that has
weird
like
old robot.
Yeah, his like, and even like it's like explicitly text in the movie that his CPU is like has gone haywire, and that's why he's like that.
And Ben is an acronym for something. Yeah,
it's like body enabled neutron. I don't know what it is. It's just
something like that.
Yeah, he's very funny in the movie. I think he's one of the best things about the movie.
Yeah.
But and Martin Short would have been good as it's bioelectronic navigator. By the way,
there you
go. Sure, why not?
Why not?
Yeah. So, any other thoughts about Ben Gunn before we get back to the movie? That Ben Gunn is not even in.
I don't think so. I just from when I have read the book, he's one of the few things I sort of remember. Just that he's just such a. Like, you really get the sense in the book that this is a guy who's been on this island alone for years, and he's just kind of desperate and crazy.
Does he do anything plot-wise? What is the point of having Ben Gunn?
Not yet. I mean, I think he ends up, like, showing Jim around the island. I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Ben Gunn. Now I don't even remember.
Does he have a volleyball named Wilson?
Yes, he has. Did I ever tell you about my dad and the movie Castaway?
I don't think so.
My dad loves Castaway. Anytime it's on TNT, he will stop it and watch it every time. He loves it. He references the movie often. He cannot, for the life of him, remember the title. like just when he was over at my house a few weeks ago, he said something about like Tom Hanks in Lost at Sea. And I'm just like, I've definitely heard him call it Lost at Sea, Lost, Survivor, Shipwreck, FedEx, Wilson's
dad. It's really, it's the story of Wilson's dad.
Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, but like, and he knows he doesn't remember the title, but he's always like, "What's that called? Survivor?"
He'll know that you know what he's talking about.
Yeah. He's like Tom Hanks and Wilson, you know.
Yeah,
it's like, yes, Dad. It's like, Detective Logan from Law and Order marries Helen Hunt. And I'm like, yes, Dad, Castaway.
That's great.
Anyways, good stuff. So what else? You know what else happens in this scene is some other stuff that Piggy's not in. But
that's true.
I guess we should, for the sake of completeness, after Kermit hits the gong, he gets up. He's shaking. He looks at Link and says, "Old girlfriend," and then he falls over. Which is, like you say, Danny, that's like a much nicer Kermit moment than
than we've had at all. Yeah, it's a thing that Piggy does is she turns Kermit back into Kermit.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's always like their relationship. Like a thing that I like about Piggy that I talk about on the Fantastic Miss Piggy podcast is
which this is an episode of.
Which this is an episode of. Is, thank you. That she brings a storyline. That it's never just like Piggy's in the room. It's like if Miss Piggy comes in, something is happening.
Yeah.
There's drama. And it's not like, Kermit and Fozzie can just hang out, but Piggy walks into the room like she's got some kind of concern going on. And so I think like that's what she's doing here. She brings a storyline. She now brings this romantic storyline that, according to the book, has no place in the story at all.
Right.
And it gives Captain Smollett depth, and it means that he can't just act kind of generic. So if Piggy has a storyline, that also means that Kermit has a storyline, and it makes him kind of who he is.
Yeah, no, that's
great.
The
thing I appreciate about this moment.
Yeah.
And then it's 6.5 minutes until we see Piggy again. There's another good scene, but yeah, I looked. It's 6.5 minutes. Yeah, it's so long.
We're gonna get some fun Long John stuff coming up, though.
There's Long John stuff. Yeah. Yeah, no, he does. He does some funny routines.
Yeah, probably my favorite thing Tim Curry does in this movie is coming up shortly.
All right,
in fact,
I bet I know what it is.
Do you want to guess, and we can cut it out?
Yes, it's when he's given the black spot and he gets everybody to. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's good stuff.
It's so good.
We don't have to cut that out. People listening to this podcast know that happened.
They've seen this movie.
But then Piggy tells her underlings to tie him back on the stakes and walks away, which is nice that we get to see her being the queen also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That she's not just Captain Smollett's old girlfriend.
Right.
She's like in charge of this pig army.
Yeah.
You know?
And you do believe that like there's one of Piggy and there's hundreds of these other pigs, but it's
but that story
she
writes
became their
itself.
queen. Yeah.
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 Yeah, you could just see her walking in.
Right. And taking charge.
Yeah.
Is there any expanded universe content where they tell the story of how Benjamin Gunn became queen?
I don't know. I don't remember it being in the storybook.
Is there a novel
Island.
or a comic or a Big Finish audio where they explain?
Not yet.
Well,
queen. There ought to have been like something that I don't know. It feels like there ought to have been a flashback or something for the people
fun.
For those 67 minutes. That there could have been another scene. I guess they wanted to wait and have the big entrance be the big entrance, but
right.
You think we should have been intercutting with Piggy like washing up on the island?
I don't know.
Building her empire
before the opening credits, maybe,
or something
like
that Kermit and Piggy together, like Smollett and Benjamina.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they wanted the surprise. It wouldn't really work for the surprise at this point in the movie if they had done that. But it's such a long way. I know that definitely. Like when the first time I saw it, I was like, "Come on, what's going on?"
Yeah, because you had no idea.
Yeah.
All right.
I knew going in that she was playing Benjamina Gunn, but I did not realize it was going to be so long into the movie.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, because she's in the opening credits. Like it's not.
Yeah.
It's not held back as a surprise that she's in the movie.
And there's that one little like moment where he looks at a picture of her.
Right.
Right. And we do hear her voice like in that. It's like, Smalley, you're a nice boy or something. Something like that. I don't know.
You're a nice boy.
She should have sung Never Before, Never Again instead of just having some generic line. The Muppet movie is awesome. We should watch that.
The Muppet movie is awesome.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Piggy made a big entrance in that too, except then she stayed.
Never Before, Never Again is so much better than this movie.
She does get a song. I am happy that she gets a song.
Yeah, and that's fun. I like that. I'm looking forward to that.
Unlike the previous Brian Hood's Vanity Project.
Yeah, she didn't get a song in that. She didn't.
And
I like her in that. But
unlike Muppets in Space.
Muppets in Space.
Yes. Isn't that what I said?
Yeah, but Muppets from
Space. The Muppet Space movie. Yeah.
Yeah, the one where she and Andy McDowell fight at work.
Fight over coffee. Yeah.
Yeah. Rob Schneider.
We'll get to it.
Rob Schneider is the producer of the UFO show. That's so weird. What a strange movie. All right. But this one has some other stuff now. Mm-hmm. We are back with Jim, Long John, the whole rest of the crew, who are counting steps from where the dead men hang. We left them counting steps.
Yeah, which I guess this kind of answers my question from a week or two ago, or three, however long. I asked how many, like, whose paces are they, according to the map, when it says 312 paces. Apparently they're Jim's, because he's the one counting off and taking the steps, and it's exactly 312 paces for him.
Yes, so it's the paces of a average-sized 13-year-old boy.
Little boy,
right?
Yeah.
So then we see him get to 312 steps. And now Polly is worried. Clueless was worried last time. Polly says, what if Clueless is right? What if it is Kirsted? And that's cute. Kirsted is kind of cute.
Yeah.
Long John then pulls out his sword and hits Polly as he says, I'll show you what I think of your curse, you mewling little lily-livered. He's hacking through vines as he says this. That's why he's you mewling little lily-livered, toffee-hearted, little wuss of a crustacean.
Wuss of a crustacean.
And he does in fact say little twice.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. That's funny.
Mewling little lily-livered, toffee-hearted, little wuss of a crustacean. Toffee-hearted is interesting to me because I'm not.
Funny.
It is actually a good word.
I'm not quite sure what it's supposed to mean, but I like it.
You get it though,
because toffee, I guess, is like melts in the heat or something. Like it's not like one of your firmer candies.
That's true.
I don't know.
Yeah, is this use? I should have looked this up. The word wuss. Did people say wuss back then?
No,
probably not.
I'm certain that that's not the case.
They said it in 1996.
Yeah, they said it a lot when I was in middle school.
They directed it at me quite a bit.
Sometimes they said it to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, me too. All right.
Let's face it, all three of us were toffee-hearted wusses at the time.
That's 100% true.
Yeah.
Proud of it.
Oxford English Dictionary says the earliest evidence is from 1862 in a diary entry by Arthur Munby, diarist and civil servant.
A diary entry, so he's just making up words for his diary.
He's writing down wuss.
Wow. Okay.
Who was the first wuss? You have to imagine.
I don't know. So
It was
someone
this guy,
that
this
Arthur
diarist.
Munby knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody he thought was so.
It was the first wuss.
He was so toffee-hearted that I had to make up a new word to describe him.
Yeah.
The word is wuss.
That's what happened. That's actually that's well known lore.
the world's first wuss.
Yep, that's him. So then, but after he does this, then he walks through the vines. He's entering he's entering through a passageway, and the others all follow him in. Not just Jim, but also like Calico Jerry, Slappy Pete. What's that guy's name? What Pete is he?
Is it Sneaky Pete?
Sneaky Pete. What's the show with Giovanni Ribisi? What's that one called? That's Sneaky Pete, isn't it? What's that?
Oh, Easy Pete is this pirate.
Easy Pete is this, yeah.
I thought it was Cuban Pete.
Cuban Pete, that's Ricky Ricardo. That's the Arnaz. Or Jim Carrey in The Mask.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
Remember how The Mask is like way too serious for way too much of it?
Mm-hmm. It really only has one good scene, and it's
there's a lot of like mob violence.
Right?
In
Yeah,
it, right?
there's a lot of mob violence. There's a lot of just like B-level 1994 gangster drama.
Yeah.
For some reason, and like there's a lot more time with Peter Riegert as a wisecracking cop than you remember.
Huh.
Like it's very strange.
That's
Peter
one of those things
Riegert
where
from
like
Animal House,
where I've watched the Cuban Pete number on YouTube, over the years, every once in a while, because I think it's funny.
Yeah.
It would never occur to me to watch any more of The Mask.
I saw it a
It's
lot
just
of
one
times.
of those things where, like, as the only good thing about it is the musical number.
Sure, yeah. It was just we were like, I was 9 years old in 1994.
Yeah,
and one of a family of 4 brothers. So we watched every Jim Carrey movie many times.
It was an early DVD purchase in my household.
Sure, yeah. That's and I'd
that's
say
the
that
thing you had to get your hands on right away.
Yeah, and I mean and when I say every, I mean like all those early ones, right? You're up through
the cable guy.
Yeah, up through about Liar Liar.
Yeah,
the Truman Show, I guess, is after that. But that's we do watch that all the time.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive. And while Jim Carrey was making $20 million a picture for the cable guy, the Muppets were starring in Muppet Treasure Island, and that is the end of this.
Not Tim
scene.
Curry. Tim Curry.
That's the third time we've heard that story on this podcast. All right. Great. So, any other thoughts about these 2 minutes before we close? Danny, I'll start with you.
I just want to point out that a little love power, lift you up when you get blue and make your life bright as the rainbow.
So true.
I wanted you to hear that from me so you don't hear it on the streets.
All right, thanks. What if instead of Ziggy Marley, that song was performed by Ziggy, the comic strip character?
The depressed little.
Yeah.
That would be a very different universe.
The depressed cartoon man.
He never wears pants, right?
Or he only wears
shirt?
pants.
Ziggy wears pants.
Does Ziggy wear pants? I thought he just wore a shirt and had.
Are you thinking of Donald Duck? Let me see.
Well, Donald Duck doesn't wear pants either, but
Let's see now.
I could be thinking of some other comic strip character.
Ziggy does not wear pants. You're right. He's just
There
wearing
you
a big old
shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You heard it here.
Ziggy.
And when you Google Ziggy, one of the strips that comes up is a panel where he says, "Do you miss being young, Mr. Pendleton?" And an old guy says, "I might if I remembered what it was like."
Ziggy.
That's it.
Always there.
Tom Wilson cranking him out. Author Tom Wilson, 1971 to 1987. Tom Wilson 2, 1987 to present.
Yeah,
That's what it says on the Wikipedia page.
that's how he's credited. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
his son, I guess.
And
yeah.
neither of them are Biff from Back to the Future.
No,
for
that's
the
Thomas
record.
F. Wilson. Very important distinction. Although it would be wild if it was the same guy.
Yeah. Or if he was Tom Wilson too.
Yeah.
If like
yeah.
between
Or
Back
even
to the Future movies, he took over.
Or like Tom Wilson
making
1.5.
Ziggy.
Does Ziggy
Yeah.
still exist? When was the last Ziggy?
See, this is
cranked
what I
out?
was just wondering.
It's still, well, let's see.
Can you
Is
still
it
find
still
it
going?
in your local newspaper?
The Wikipedia page says his son continues to produce the strip as of 2022. So I don't. Let's see. It's at Go Comics. So I'm opening it up. It says by Tom Wilson and Tom too.
Thank goodness we're getting into this. This is
Oh
important.
yeah. So what's the most recent Ziggy?
All right, here's today's Ziggy. I'm going to read it to you.
And then
I'm gonna
everyone will be
describe
able
the
to find out when we recorded this episode.
Yes, they'll click back through the Ziggies on
They
Go
will.
Comics. He is walking up with birdseed, a cat bowl, and a dog bowl for Sid is the cat. Fuzz, no, probably opposite. I don't know. Sid, one bowl says Fuzz, and the box just says Seed. So maybe that's the bird's name. And then the bird says, "Getting this service human was our best idea yet."
Okay.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Ziggy.
So yes, Ziggy still exists.
Just imagine Tom Wilson 2 every day has to put pen to paper.
I actually think about that a lot.
Come up with one more.
This is why these legacy cartoonists never retire ever.
Yeah.
Because
right.
all they have to do is just like write and draw one joke a day, and it doesn't even have to be funny. And as long as people as long as old people like their strip enough that they will read it every day and complain to their newspapers if they ever drop the strip, then it's just guaranteed.
You're saying that like that's a super easy life. It's like all you have to do is come up with one daily comic strip every single day with no exceptions.
Well, but it doesn't
decades
have to be funny.
And decades and decades.
Yeah, it doesn't have. It can just be like something you thought about.
It can be getting the service human was a great idea.
It sounds to me like
was our best idea yet.
Okay.
Absolute torture because it's got to be because it doesn't have to be funny, but it does have to be different from all the other ones that you have done over the last 6 decades.
Different-ish.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't believe that guy's still at it. He's got the hardest job in the world. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, you know what? You've convinced me.
I take my hat off.
I underestimated Tom Wilson too.
Yeah.
Good job. Two.
If that's what I can do, if I do one good thing today, it'll be to make everyone a little bit more respectful around Tom Wilson too.
When I was in graduate school in the University of Missouri, the cartoonist Jack Bender, who was at that time writing and drawing Alley Oop, a legacy strip from that had been around for many decades, came and gave a lecture. It was just like, here's Jack Bender. Not the same Jack Bender who directs a lot of TV like Lost and stuff like that. For the record, different guy. One. This was an old man then. He passed away a couple of years ago. But like he was like so excited talking about like his process of coming up with new storylines for Alley-Oop, the time-traveling caveman.
Yeah.
A character he did not invent.
Yes.
In like not really a gag strip either, you know, it's like a continuity strip.
Yeah.
So he like has to like make up stories and then like draw 3 panels a day about this story that he like nobody really cares about. You know, it's not like it's not like there were legions of dedicated Alley-Oop fans in 2009 or whenever I saw it. But it was very interesting just how like delighted he was in his 70s.
Because nobody pays attention to him.
Mm-hmm.
He just has to sit alone and crank out caveman strips.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You got the opportunity to get outside and see the sunshine and talk to people.
Right. That's exactly right. So yeah, there we go. That's some content about newspaper comics. A topic other than Muppet Treasure Island. Ryan, did you have anything else before we go?
I got the song Alley Oop in my head now, by the way. The novelty song that was written about that comic strip.
And that was performed on The Muppet Show.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. You just briefly from the June 1st, 1994 draft of the screenplay, as the pirates are hacking through the vines and such, we see Stevenson the parrot. This is, again, the parrot who insists that he wrote the book Treasure Island and doesn't like the movie. He is sitting on a tree branch next to a macaw. And Stevenson says, "None of this is right. They've made a mockery of my best book." Well, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is really good too. Even the Queen liked that one. And the macaw says, "Say, have you fallen off your perch a few times?"
All right.
So there you go.
You can see how it's as a concept. He wrote the book as a concept. Sounds funny, and then you actually try and make it work, and
stretch it out over the course of the whole
stretch movie. It out of the course, and you're basically you're in Tom Wilson territory at that point.
Yeah, yes. Tom Wilson too.
Tom Wilson too. Hardest working man in show business.
Like I probably said this on the podcast already, but it feels way too much like Gonzo being Charles Dickens. Like I feel like that must be why they cut it.
Yeah,
like we don't need like this Muppet is the author twice in a row.
Right.
But anyways, so that's it. We're done. It's over. Listeners, you can check out toughpigs.com on the internet. We're on Facebook. We continue to be on all variety of social media, Twitter and all of the little Twitterlings that sprouted when it fell off the mantle. We're all over. You can become a patron of ours on Patreon. You can email us at movingrightalong@toughpigs.com to tell us your thoughts about Ziggy, Alley-Oop, or any other legacy comic strip. You can follow Ryan on Blue Sky at @MeRyanRowe. You can follow me on Blue Sky at Durwood Clapper. You can follow Ryan on Letterboxd at MoviesAreNeat. You can follow me on Letterboxd at Zeppo Marxist. Danny, where once again can our listeners find you and your work online?
They can find me. For one thing, they can find the Muppet Pictures feed on Twitter and on Facebook, which is super fun. I post now two pictures a day, and it's delightful. And it's the most / perhaps only delightful thing left on Twitter. So if you want to come by and look at that, you will enjoy that at Muppet Pictures. And then the Fantastic Miss Piggy podcast is I made one season of 11 episodes. It is on the Tough Pigs Muppet Fan podcast feed. And you should listen to them because they're super fun. It's just me completely delving into the whole world of Miss Piggy with both Anthony and Ryan as guests. As well as some cool interviews with, I talked to Craig Shimon as well as Bonnie Erickson, Calista Hendrickson. Super fun. I'm working on a second season. And so please go and check that out. And kissy kissy to all of my fans.
All right, and then this is where we cue Peggy Lee singing, "I can't give you anything but love, baby." Bringing Up Baby is awesome. We should go watch that.
It's really good.
All right.
We'll do a double feature, that and The Mask. I'm now really seeing kind of Anthony, like, because I was on the Muppet Treasure Island season, like way back at the beginning. Early. And now I'm seeing like what your real coping strategy is.
This is so true.
It's just true.
Anthony, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Are you drinking a gin and tonic again tonight?
No, I'm not. Because it's a school night.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I know that was one of your coping strategies for getting through this movie.
During the summer, it was.
Yeah.
Yes. Don't tell my mom.
Now it's tangents.
Yep. Yeah, it is. But all right. So, listeners, we will be back next week with another one. Oh, and thank you to Morgan Davy for designing our logo. I did not say that. And thank you, Danny, for joining us once again.
Oh, it's my very great pleasure. Thank you, guys.
Always a delight. And moving right along, we'll be back next week. And Fantastic Miss Piggy Show will be back sometime
in the future.
See you then. Kissy, kissy.
Kissy, kissy, everybody.
Thanks for listening, fellow toffee-hearted wusses.